Hello, future sixth grade parents. My name is Beth Bauer, and I'm the building principal at Wissahickon Middle School. I'm being joined today by Mrs. Angela Farlow, who is one of our 2 assistant principals at the middle school. Mrs. Farlow and I will be sharing some important information with you as part of our 6th grade parent orientation. As like most large group events this year, we are doing this virtually today. Our incoming 6th grade students will make up the class of 2028, which I know is probably hard for you to think about right now. Your students will be supported by our class of 2028 team, which consists of our assistant principal, Mrs. Angela Farlow, 6th grade counselor, Mr. Steve Ebert, resource counselor, Mr. Gus Baldessano, and me. This group of people will loop with your students and work directly with them for the next 3 years. Having the same school counselors and administrators during your child's time at the middle school will enable both you and your child to establish and maintain a strong relationship with the school. We have scheduled various activities to help ease your child's transition to the middle school. Mr. Ebert, 6th grade counselor, will be working very closely with the other counselors at each of the elementary schools during the next several months. We are scheduling 2 different virtual meetings with the 5th grade students at each elementary school. During these meetings, counselors, administrators, and current 6th grade students will show an introductory video about the school, share important information, and answer student questions. As mentioned, we will do this 2 different times between now and the end of the school year. We will also hold small group tours for both students and their parents once the school year ends. At this time, we are anticipating hosting tours during the week of June 21st, but more information will be shared later as we wrap up the school year. Finally, we have 6th grade back to school night tentatively planned for August 18th, which is the week before students return to school. Please mark your calendar for this important event, which will include both students and their parents. We are confident that the combination of all of these activities will help provide a smooth transition to the Wissahickon Middle School for your children. At this time, I want to talk a little bit about the structure of the middle school. Our 6th grade consists of 5 different teams or pods. Each team consists of 3 general education teachers and special education teachers as needed. Each member of the team teaches English language arts along with 1 other subject, either math, science, or social studies. We have designated areas of the building for 6th graders, which you will see when you tour the school. Basically, 6th grade students attend all of the core content area classes in 2 hallways of the school, the front hallways of the building on both the 1st and 2nd floors. 7th and 8th grade students attend their classes in other areas of the building. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Assistant Principal Mrs. Angela Farlow, who's going to explain our 6th grade schedule.
Hello, parents. I'd like to share a typical 6th grade schedule with you. Students receive a paper copy on the first day of school, but schedules can also be found on Infinite Campus. First, the entire middle school follows a 6-day cycle. This means that students follow a different schedule based on the day. For instance, in this schedule, Tuesday is on a day 5, while Wednesday is on a day 6. Students need to be aware of the day to know which classes to attend. On day 5, this schedule shows phys ed, while at the same time on day 6, the student will attend family and consumer science class. Other unified arts classes offered are music, art, and tech ed. In many cases, knowing the day is more important than knowing the day of the week. Another important feature of the schedule are the periods. All 6th grade students begin each day in English language arts. English language arts is a double period, meaning it takes place during periods 1 and 2. Period 2 is followed by homeroom. Homeroom is where the school's official attendance is taken for the day. During this time, students view announcements and are given other important school information. Additionally, this is a time used to make connections and build relationships through a variety of activities between the homeroom class and teacher. After homeroom, students go to periods 3 and 4. Here, 6th grade students rotate through our unified arts classes and phys ed classes 3 times a week, and world language, I-skills, and academic periods twice a week. The next period for 6th grade is not a double period, although it appears to be on this schedule. We call it period 5-6. It is always a core class, either math, science, or social studies. All core classes for 6th grade students are 60 minutes long. Lunch for 6th grade is during period 7 at 12 noon. There is no period 8 or 9 for 6th grade. Instead, they head to periods 10 and 11 at the end of the day, where they complete the rest of their core classes. So to summarize, our schedule runs on a 6-day schedule with all core classes meeting daily. Phys Ed and Unified Arts meet on alternate days. World Language, Health, and I-Skills meet twice a week, and some students are scheduled for math and reading support twice a week.
Wissahickon Middle School is part of our district's one-to-one laptop initiative. All 6th grade students will be receiving Dell laptop computers along with a padded computer bag during the first week of school. Students will be responsible for bringing laptop computers to and from school each day, and computers will be utilized throughout the school day and during homework time after school. Our Director of Technology will provide additional information regarding district-issued devices during our back-to-school night in August. At this time, you will also learn more about Schoology, which is our digital learning management system, and Infinite Campus, our electronic student information system. An important part of 6th grade students' experience at the middle school is their involvement in extracurricular clubs and activities. Currently, all of our clubs are taking place virtually. However, for next year, we fully anticipate our students participating in in-person activities, including after-school sports, robotics, drama club, and Boys and Girls Who Code, just to name a few. Students also have the opportunity to be a member of band, strings, and chorus, and those activities may take place during the school day as well as after school hours. Most clubs take place on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school, and late buses are provided for students who need transportation. Middle school is the time for students to try lots of different things, and I strongly encourage our 6th grade students to take part in those clubs and activities that may interest them. At this time, I'm going to review some additional miscellaneous information that we believe is important for parents to know. Our student day at the middle school is 7:35 a.m. to 2:25 p.m. Our first bell rings at 7:25 a.m., which gives students times to go to their lockers, which I will talk about in a few minutes, use the restroom if needed, and report to first period class. Unlike elementary school, students do not have homeroom first period. Rather, at WMS, first period for 6th graders is their English Language Arts class. Therefore, it's very important for students to arrive to school on time. If a student is late, he or she is not late for homeroom, but rather will miss important instructional time in ELA class. Parents who choose to drive their children to school will either drop students off on Houston Road close to the baseball field or pull into the loop by the water tower. If you are picking up your child at the end of the day, you will park on Houston Road and wait for your child to walk to the car. Buses use the front parking lot for both morning arrival and use both the front and water tower parking lots for dismissal at the end of each day. Although lockers were not utilized this year, we anticipate students being able to use lockers next school year. Every student will be assigned an individual locker, along with a locker combination, which should not be shared with anyone. The use of student lockers can be somewhat worrisome to students, so please assure your child that he or she will have time to practice using their locker combination at the start of the school year. If anyone has trouble with their locker, there are lots of adults ready and available to help. Students should plan to visit their locker at the start and end of each school day and any other time in between classes as needed. I am really looking forward to having your child join our middle school community. Both Mrs. Farlow and I are only an email or phone call away should you have any questions or concerns. I'm now going to turn it back over to Mrs. Farlow, who will provide some additional important information as we conclude this parent orientation video.
Early in the school year, every effort is made to establish a pleasant atmosphere for lunch for students in our cafeteria. 6th graders are required to eat in a designated area with their pod. Students can either bring a packed lunch or purchase a lunch in the cafeteria. Students have a variety of menu items from which they may select. The Wissahickon School District uses My School Bucks to provide families the option of making online payments for school lunches. Please visit the district's webpage for more information about the many menu options available. Another major change for 6th grade students and parents entering the middle school is the introduction to our grading system. Students will receive report cards with letter grades 4 times throughout the year: November, February, April, and June. In addition to the traditional grades from tests, quizzes, and projects, students will also take summative assessments throughout the year. These assessments are typically administered at the end of units and focus on key grade level learning. Report card grades are posted electronically on Infinite Campus. Information on individual assignments is found on Schoology, our learning management system. Students and parents will learn how to access both platforms early in the school year. Be sure to look for more information regarding parent accounts and apps for both. Finally, OneNote is another digital learning tool used by the middle school students and teachers. It is the primary mode for organizing content and note-taking in our classes. We certainly hope this presentation will prepare you for a successful transition to Wissahickon Middle School. We believe it is a special place where respect is valued, responsibility is developed, and relationships flourish. As mentioned by Mrs. Bauer, we look forward to welcoming you to the Wissahickon Middle School.